President John Mahama reveals plans are underway for the construction of 6 modern stadia.
And also in this bulletin, motorbikes are fast becoming a safety threat, with 1,079 crashes recorded in the first 2 months of this year. In our climate focus series, we also tell you about how an eco-conscious startup, Akoshi Craft, is turning coconut waste into treasure.
Now we are implementing.
We're trying to save the planet. So they are considering it as waste. And even if it is waste, it shouldn't be on the streets. You understand? So we will have to recycle them.
Well, these and more coming up with me, Maame, Nyamekye, Thompson. This is Joy News, independent, fearless and credible. Please stay. This afternoon, petrol and diesel prices have seen a substantial increase at the pumps as the new 1 Ghana cedi tax on fuel kicks in. Government suspended the 1 cedi per litre on all fuel products a month ago for fear of potential hikes in prices due to the Iran-Israel war. After deliberations, the levy is rolled out beginning today and is expected to rake in over 5.7 billion cedis each year. Well, to take us further into this conversation is lead of our research desk here, Kofi J, to give us details of this. Kofi, how much are drivers expected to pay?
Well, so Maame, we are looking at the top 4 oil marketing companies, and if you look at Total Energy, it's now charging 13 cedis 30 pesos per litre for petrol and 14 cedis 50 pesos for diesel. Shell is also around 13 cedis 29 pesos for petrol and 14 cedis 49 pesos for diesel. Goil is doing below what Total and Shell are doing, 12 cedis 88 pesos for petrol and 14 cedis 38 pesos for diesel. The lowest here is Star Oil, 12 cedis 59 pesos for petrol and 13 cedis 99 pesos for diesel. So we understand that the components of that levy on the build up, the export price build up has now increased from an average of 94 pesos to now 1 cedi 94 pesos. So every litre that you buy, you are paying the tax component, was around 8%.
Right. Thank you so much, Kofi J, for that details. Now we can listen to some commuters who said they are ready to pay more if the fuel increment results in transport fare increment and government assures of using the revenue for its intended purpose. I spoke to my colleague KMJ on Prime Morning.
The intended purpose is the issue. If they will use it for what they say they will use it for, fine, we all pay. After whether we decide to pay or not, the levy is here. And whether you like it or not, you will pay. So you cannot decide that you will not pay. I'm just hoping that they use it for. And one thing I didn't like is the consultation wasn't much. So people didn't understand what I thought them suspending it. They would have used that opportunity to educate people.
You also commute from Newtown every morning?
Yes, please.
To Tama Station?
To Ridge.
So how much do you pay for that?
5 cedis.
Oh, it's still the same 5 cedis?
It used to be 6 cedis, but now 5.
So no matter where you are getting off, you're still paying the same amount everybody's paying to the last stop, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. It means that if we are paying 1 Ghana cedis, you're going to pay more later if the drivers decide that they're going to put that burden or that amount of money on the passengers. Are you ready?
Well, I'm ready. Since the money they are taking is going to be for the betterment of our future, so I'm in for it.
Well, let's hear from the Ghana Revenue Authority, which says they're ready for the rollout, but warns government may not meet the 5.7 billion cedi target due to the 1-month suspension of the tax.
When government was passing this act, the expectation of government was to raise 3 billion. That was if we have implemented from June 16th, which is the second window. The expectation of government was 3 billion. And this expectation is premised on the consumption level of fuel at the various pumps. So now we are implementing delay in 1 month. So we are expecting that we still will get a significant figure as close to what government is expecting, or something not too far from the 3 billion expectation.
I see. While still on the levy, the minority has heavily criticized government over the cancellation of fuel coupon to government appointees on the back of introducing this levy in what they describe as a face-saving approach to avert public backlash. Jenebo Akodia Foko is deputy ranking on the Economy and Development Committee in Parliament.
I'm not saying it is nothing, but what I'm saying is it is not bold enough. Like he's saying, 30 million, double it, make it 60 million. 60 million out of 5.7 billion.
Or 1,000 fleets. That's misleading as though this is what government is saving. So just
even let me increase it for you. Look, if you look at the 2023 as been projected, I'm coming. 2023 is indicated that there was a figure of what is it 6?
Yeah. So that you mean fuel allowance?
Yeah, fuel allowance.
Yeah, but this is for all government employees, and this according to the Controller and Accountant General. Yeah. So in 2020, it was 600 million.
Down,
600 million. Yeah.
This is rolled down. Let's say 30, so I'll make it 60. Yeah. That comes about 1%. So if it's 1% of what the government is going to, impoverish Ghanaians by introducing this fuel levy, then for me, like I'm saying, it's not bold. It's just for the optics. It's just to save face.
Well, government has rejected this assertion. Dr. Sharif Mahmood Khalid is economic policy advisor to the Vice President.
If a government is actually doing this and you call it safe facing, then I'm really surprised at that. But then again, you look at this. Imagine where you'd realize that these contexts that we are trying to pull in to actually justify a PR gimmick does not work is that the announcement was made some few weeks ago. Then we had the Israeli situation. The president stepped in. This is someone who responds to the market, responds to events of the time, and said, look, can we have a pause to this owing to what is happening? Now you run a scenario analysis of what is happening within the Israeli landscape and that of Iran, and you realize that when you look at it even with worst case scenario, where it's going to take a barrel of oil to, how is it going to affect the economy globally, and how to have an effect on our local market. It's not very impactful.
Well, moving on, the national organizer of the opposition NDC, Joseph Yamin, and the party's vice chairman, Yakubu Abanga, have strongly denied allegations linking them to illegal mining activities. Their denial comes as the Yoko begins investigations into the claims following a directive from the Attorney General. The allegations were raised by a group of small-scale miners who accused the two NDC executives of backing fake anti-Galamsey tax forces that have been invading legitimate mining sites in the Ashanti and Western regions. According to the group's leader, Andrew Aban, these rogue task force operatives often wear camouflage uniforms and are heavily armed. He claimed the operations have disrupted licensed sites in Sekendi, Bekwai, Offenso, and Prestia, among others. There's more on the following report.
In a press statement, the group names some executives of the National Democratic Congress as persons assigning the rogue task force. They said Joseph Yamin, the national organizer of the NDC, and Yakubu Abanga, the third national vice chairperson of the NDC, among prominent persons allegedly engaged in the illegality. In a statement, Mr. Yamin has said,
quote, "For the record, I'm not part of any Galamsey task force. Neither have I been invited even to share any ideas as to how to fight these illegal mining activities of some of these small-scale miners. If there is any task force parading around with my name, the said group is operating illegally and must be resisted from their operations. The work of the task force is strictly enforced by the state security and not party directives." End quote.
The third vice chairman of the NDC, Yakubu Abanga, has also denied the allegations in a separate press statement.
"Let me place it on record without ambiguity. I have absolutely no hand in and I know nothing about these allegations. I challenge anyone who claims otherwise to be bold and point to me directly. If I have ever extorted money from any miner or seized any equipment, let them mention my name publicly. Their intent is to tarnish my hard-earned reputation, and we condemn it outright." End quote.
The small-scale miners say the activities of rogue task force are negatively affecting their operations, with some of them incurring losses. For Joy News, Nanaya Ochima, Kumasi.
Well, the NDC Vice Chairman, Mr. Yakubu Abanga, also fingered in the alleged harassment of miners, has been speaking to me on Newsdesk, and he's been telling me that he's ready to cooperate with the Yoko investigations.
I have never been involved in any illegal mining activity at any point. These are allegations. These allegations are baseless. And they are malicious and calculated attempts, to tarnish my hard-earned reputation, my sister. As of today, I have not received any official communication from the Yoko. But should I be invited, I will avail myself and assist in any way necessary to bring clarity to the matter.
Meanwhile, the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners is also accusing some police officers and politically connected individuals of running illegal task forces to extort and harass licensed miners. Speaking at a press conference, the association's communications officer, Abdul Razak Al-Hassan, called on government to halt what he described as unsanctioned extortion disguised as anti-galamsey operations.
Intimidation and alleged extortion of small-scale miners by some elements within the law enforcement agencies, especially the police, and politically exposed persons who run their own parallel task force for their selfish gain. This issue transcends mining. It is a human rights and corruption concern. Across various mining communities in Ashanti, Western North, Upper East, Eastern, Western, and Savannah regions, countless hard-working small-scale miners are being targeted and terrorized by those meant to protect them. Politically exposed persons manipulate security agencies for profit and power, undermining formal small-scale mining activities.
Away from illegal mining, just months to his wedding, Bright Ewusi thought he had found the perfect apartment, a modest two-bedroom to start life with his bride. He handed over 19,500 cedis to a rented agent and a man introduced as the landlord. But when it was time to move in, Bright discovered the painful truth. His new home was actually a movie house. Noel Ayali reports for our Habitat series.
It began with hope. Bright Ewusi, a hard-working young man, had saved diligently to secure a new beginning with his girlfriend.
I was preparing to get married, and then by then I was living in a chamber and hall. So I went online. I saw this two-bedroom apartment at the Achimota area. The guy I got in contact with was the agent. I think the apartment was going for a 2,000, and then I asked for a reduction of 1,500.
Once Bright expressed interest, the agent offered to introduce him to the supposed landlord at his residence.
So just when we got there and I parked, then I saw the man coming out from his car in a rush, wearing those man's holding Bible. So he was like, sorry.
As expected, the meeting took place, but under rather unusual circumstances. In total, Bright paid 18,000 Ghana cedis advance payment.
I actually gave him cash.
Okay.
So I made the payments. He gave me a receipt. Right after collecting the money, they moved on a very tough speed.
Like a punch to the gut, Bright was hit with the truth. The landlord's residence was actually a movie house.
So I got there, I'm like, oh, Pachomi, Mr. Eno. Then a guy looked at me and like, who is Mr. Eno? I a movie house.
Bright turned to the police for justice. Then a petition to the IGP.
That very moment, I went to Mile 7 police station. Before I got there, about 2 people had already been there to make complaint about them being about the similar issue.
Bright became his own detective, following digital footprint, asking questions and refusing to let go.
I just picked my petition and then I dropped it on Facebook. So the Safoa lady had a picture of the landlord. So she sent the picture to me to confirm if it's the guy. I said, yeah, that's the guy. When we got there, just when he saw me, he had to reverse. He was on a top speed. So he entered into a yard. Unfortunately for him, the place was blocked. So the only thing for him to do is to reverse and then come back. And there, the soldiers caught him.
But the financial loss was just the surface. The trauma of betrayal cuts deeper than the pocket.
Honestly, when this thing happened to me, I didn't feel like going to look for an apartment myself. So for some time now, when it comes to renting and I just don't want to get involved. I want someone else to do those process for me.
Well, crashes involving motorcycles, popularly known as Okada, are spiraling. In just the first 2 months of this year, 1,079 crashes were recorded, a sharp rise from 883 during the same period in 2024. It's a grim sign that indiscipline among motor riders is accelerating faster than the country's response. Emmanuel Jivenu has more in our feature titled Red Means Go.
In broad daylight at La Paz, a motorcyclist jammed the red light, swerved onto the pedestrian pathway and rode straight into oncoming traffic. I saw it happen and we followed him.
It's our turn to go, you understand, for the U-turn. And that's why I come to that line. But was it right? No, it's not right. They come around there, it's not right. I was having train.
At Medina Zongo Junction, the story was same, if not worse. Riders dart across intersections. One narrowly escaped being hit, not once, but twice. Paul Kwesi has been riding for more than a decade.
Some police officers hide and sneak up on riders when we stop in traffic.
Motorcycles were the leading cause of road accidents-related deaths and the second leading cause of injuries in the country.
Due to Dampari education, gradually we will stop at the red light and there is no police harassment. And it has reduced a lot of this accident.
Between January and March 2025, according to data from the National Road Safety Authority and the Ghana Police Service, 3,674 clashes were reported, up nearly 8% from the same period last year. Critics warn, without a clear mechanism to ensure that all road users, especially motorcycle riders, strictly adhere to traffic regulations, legislation could worsen the already fragile road safety situation. Emmanuel Jivenu, Joy News, Accra.
And you're still listening to the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Maame Nyamekye. Thompson. We'll take a break. When we return in our climate focus series, we'll tell you about how an eco-conscious startup, Akoji Craft, is turning coconut waste into treasure.
We're trying to save the planet. So they are considering it as waste. And even if it is waste, it shouldn't be on the streets. You understand? So we will have to recycle them.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Junior, your school bus will soon get here. Hurry up.
Mommy,
My hand is aching me and I'm feeling cold. Honey, Junior's temperature is too high and he feels feverish.
Oh, baby. So you didn't give him the Encamol paracetamol syrup that I gave you the last time?
Oh, no, I forgot.
Okay, you know what? It's not too late. Just give him Encamol and he'll be fine in no time. Encamol paracetamol syrup, a strawberry-flavored paracetamol syrup, and it's specially made for children aged 3 months to 12 years. It helps manage pain like headaches, teething pain, and fever. And guess what? Because of the strawberry flavor, the kids enjoy taking it.
I can tell from the way he's licking his lips. And look at how he's jumping around. Hurry up and go to school, Junior.
Yes, now you can get Encamol paracetamol syrup in all pharmacy shops. For bulk purchase, go to NK Pharma head office, Abelinkwe, or call 050-658-8315. This advert is FDA approved.
From July 17th to 19th, Accra will be buzzing. A global move is about to hit Ghana. Global Prayer Work Summit. 3 unforgettable days of strategic prayer, prophetic impartations, and divine encounters. Join Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, along with Reverend Eastwood Anaba, Reverend Dr. Robert Ampia Kofi, and Bishop Dr. Bernard Audrey Asari, with deep worship from Joe Metal, Sandra Boachidua, and Simeon. Be present at the Prayer Cathedral, Action Chapel International for prayer sessions on Thursday, 17th July and Friday, 18th at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5:30 p.m. And on Saturday, 19th July, we close with power. Join us at 7 a.m. for Morning Glory. Then at 9 a.m., 2 breakout sessions. Leadership breakfast for ministry leaders and pastors. The Next Gen Youth Empowerment session on self-transformation with Honorable Samuel Narte George and Honorable Francis Asenso Boache. Don't miss this divine moment at Action Chapel International. Can't be in Accra for the Global Prayer Work Summit 2025? You can still be a part of it. From July 17th to 19th, wherever you are, join us live for these 3 unforgettable days of strategic prayer and divine encounters. Stream every session on Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams' official pages on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Or watch it on Dominion TV on free-to-air DSTV channel 352 and GoTV channel 213. One summit, one global audience, one mighty move of God. Don't just hear about it. Watch it live and be changed.
Ama, big news! Star Oil is now the largest oil marketing company in Ghana.
Wow, that's huge!
Yes, so the largest distributor of petroleum products in Ghana. Ever since I switched to Star Oil, my car runs smoother. The fuel lasts longer, no strange engine sound, just clean, powerful performance.
Oh, same here. I used to refill every 3 days until I switched to Star Oil. Now, my fuel lasts way longer. I don't know what magic is inside, but my car loves it.
Exactly. It's not magical. From Accra to Kumasi to Tamale, Star Oil day everywhere with 240 filling stations and counting. That's why more Ghanaians are choosing Star Oil.
Hey, my tank is almost empty. I am heading to Star Oil right now before the queue starts.
I'm right behind you, Ama.
We set out with a mission to serve better and lead boldly. We're proud to say we are Ghana's #1 oil marketing company. To our loyal Star Savers across the country, thank you for believing in us. Star Oil, quality and affordable fuels for all.
Welcome back to the Midday News. Mubarak is suited up for sports. Mubarak.
Yes, Maame, President John Mahama has revealed that the Minister of Sports and Recreation, Kofi Adams, is leading the design for the construction of stadia for the 6 new and underserved regions. The President made this announcement during his thank you tour in the Western North region.
Under sports and recreation, modern sports stadia are to be built for the 6 new regions and other regions that do not have them. As I speak, the Minister of Sports and Recreation is overseeing the design of modern sports stadia for the 6 new regions and the regions that don't have them. And so Western North is going to receive a modern sports stadium.
Maame, Arsenal have signed Noni Madueke from Chelsea for £52 million. The winger joins the Gunners on a 5-year deal, becoming Arsenal's 4th signing of the summer. I'm sure Fred must be a happy man.
Well, I hope so. Well, thank you very much, Mubarak, for that. Well, they are sold on nearly every street in Accra, fresh, sweet and satisfying. But once the coconut water is gone and the flesh scooped out, what's left behind is becoming a growing environmental concern. But Akoshi Craft is finding innovative ways to transform this waste into something beautiful and sustainable. As Dan Kroma has more in today's Climate Focus series.
If you ever traveled along the Adabraka Road
opposite the Iran Hospital in Accra, you're likely to have seen it. A towering heap of coconut husk, stacked high. But behind this pile is Ayoko, who has spent years collecting this husk. She tells me what first inspired her to start this.
Some coconut sellers used to litter the streets with husks after selling. Whenever it rained, the entire area became messy. But since I started collecting them, they no longer dump the waste into gutters or on the streets. Instead, they bring the coconut waste here, where recyclers pick it up.
Ghanaians consume coconut every day, but the husk they toss onto the street, dump in drains or burnt in open spaces. Some local innovators are choosing a different path. Akoshi Craft is transforming discarded coconut shells into beautiful jewelry, bowls and souvenirs. Anne is an administrative assistant at Akoshi Craft.
So we saw the need to transform these coconut shells, which many consider as waste, into something beautiful or useful or sustainable products.
But this is not just about coconut shells. It's about something much bigger.
I mean, we want to eradicate the use of plastics. We want to take it out from there.
Climate Focus is brought to you by Joy News in partnership with Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging gaps for positive youth development, and the Climate Development Knowledge Network.
Well, the Ghana Senior High School will now compete in the Northeast Regional Qualifiers of the 2025 NSMQ after Sakogu Senior High Technical School pulled out. Ghana Senior High School, who narrowly lost to Kalpohini Senior High School in the Northern Region with 35 points, gets a second chance for a place at the National Championship and to defend their Northern Zonal title.
The guys thought they could have slaughtered us, but my friend, we are not here to joke. Look at my face. Like I could have killed a lot of people. Yesterday's contest was mismanagement. We went into the contest, but we made a mistake. But today we came and showed them the true actual being of being a Kaliskan. Kaliskans, we are not here to joke. Discipline and hard work.
You helped your team to secure the slot. Last 2 years, you were not there. Last year, you were not there. But third time, you people are returning to the national stage. Absolutely marvelous performance against the current zonal champions. How are you feeling?
Feeling very excited. I just thank God Almighty for giving us this opportunity.
Were you afraid when you heard that you are going to compete Ghana Senior High?
A little bit, because we know them. We know them a little bit. We're a little bit afraid, but by the grace of God, we have done it.
Well, coming back to the studio, let's see what's trending, Jackie.
Yes, Maame. So, Yoko is trending after the AG directed Yoko to investigate the NDC organizer and the third vice chairman. A lot of people reacting on social media. MPK says that great, if crocodiles eat their own eggs, what would they not do to the flesh of a frog? Yes. One last comment. Nanoko Joleke says that if it's true, let them face the full rigors of the law. Then we can take this government serious. A lot of people sharing their thoughts on that. But away from that, Vybz Kartel, one of, in fact, popular dancehall artists in the world, Vybz Kartel, apparently he's trending after a report surfaced on social media claiming he's written to the National Sports Authority seeking permission to hold a major concert in the Accra Sports Stadium this December. A lot of people sharing their thoughts on that. Etienne says that the national pool is available. Do you know the national pool?
Tell me.
National Cathedral.
Thank you, Jackie, for the update. And that's how we end the midday news here on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Nyamekye Thompson. There's more news on my Joy.